load 16 tons. What are you getting? Another day older and deeper in debt.
Greetings all, I'm Sobo from the planet Sun. I'm here to bring you your weekly dose of history on your favorite show, Who's That Life Form? Today I've brought in holograms of humans present during Earth's Industrial Revolution. Nice to have you all. I thought we might begin with discussing these creatures' first industrial revolution. Maybe Mr. Rockefeller could get us started.
Sure. Well, at the time, I was the main, held the only supplier of oil in the world's dominating state of America. Me and Carnegie here of the steel industry helped industrialize America during the 19th century, bringing wealth to the poor savages. Supporting the economy, robber barons like ourselves, along with the baker J.P. Morgan, the railroad man Vanderbilt, modernized the U.S., establishing America's economy and laying the grounds for modern corporations. We weren't just the builders of our industries, though. We were our industries, at least until the progressive movement. Stupid Ida.
I heard that.
My associate here is correct. Caring for the uncivilized, we were America. We were like the fathers of little children. If our laborers misbehaved and formed gangs to protest our power, we would spank them like children till the word union was unknown to their wretched little souls. If it weren't for our creation of the modern corporation, innovation and modernization would have taken much longer in the U.S., let alone the rest of the world.
So would you both agree that capitalism is beneficial to everyone?
Of course, before we came along, America was a state full of country bumpkins and conservative proles. We helped industrialize and modernize America, giving the working class salaries to feed their families and a country worth being proud of, the government a healthy, stable, powerful, and competitive economy, and a throne on the world stage, and little old us made a handsome profit. It's a win-win for everyone.
I beg to differ. I'm out of Tarbell, and being the progressive muckraker I am, I can't but notice the injustice you casually orchestrated on a daily basis. These industries you founded and controlled banded together to monopolize the market so as to make tons of profit, while Earth's average family barely was able to scrape by. With all this profit, your corporations were able to run competition out of business, control the government at will, and suppress any uprisings, making these businesses of yours the dominant rulers of the advancing world. In fact, this happenstance was demonstrated in the jingle played at the beginning of the show. It's fair to say you controlled citizens politically through the government, economically through jobs and monopolization of the market, socially by influencing their lives so as you could stand to gain more profit, and culturally by keeping these people as your slaves through making your injustices seem like the accepted norm.
Poppycock.
Not at all. Everything she just said was entirely true.
I know it. It's just fun to deny things. It's a good skill to practice when dealing with the government.
So you admit to doing all these horrible things?
My dear woman, sacrifices must be made in the name of the greater good.
And profit.
It's true we aren't perfect, but unions and movements created to stop the wrongdoings of businesses also inadvertently slow humanity's progress. If you impede the driving force of innovation, you impede innovation. Such progressive groups and people like President Roosevelt, Taft, and Wilson impeded humanity's potential through the breaking of trust and the regulation of business.
Bullshit. I think one of the persons you speak of helping should demonstrate the good you've done for their world. Go on, Camilla dear. Tell them what it was like working in the textile mills.
Well, you see, during the Industrial Revolution, mostly rural America began to urbanize on the coast. There was also an influx of immigration from countries like China, Ireland, and Russia to America due to famine, war, and promises of economic opportunities. Due to this huge gathering of people within small bursts of space, overcrowding soon became an issue, causing disease and filthiness to become prevalent. Jobs in the city included mainly manufacturing of items like meat and cloth. To ensure a large bottom line, businesses like your own would pay their workers poorly, giving them no benefits while maintaining horrible, unchecked working conditions in which to labor. Often workers would lose fingers while on duty. Neither was it uncommon for children to run jobs with high mortality rates just to help pay the bills. To make things even worse, political machines arose due to immigration. Run by bosses, these institutions recruited poor immigrants, finding them work in return for their complete allegiance. This allowed these machines to politically dominate their region by using their immigrant workers to vote associates into office. These political office holders would then sign contracts with machines, giving the institutions great wealth.
There, I told you so. To end these fucking men's reign of terror, we must hold the government accountable. As has been seen throughout history, only power can check and establish power. The Senate checked Caesar and the colonists checked England, all through the use of power. The power that resides in each person that's represented in our democratic government. Ideas change over time, but authority stands forever. That is, until we choose, whether through war and violence or peaceful protest and permeation, to knock it down. That's why the government should regulate corporations, for the sake of mankind and its future.
Mr. Marks, do you have anything to say on the subject?
Socially and culturally speaking, Ida is correct by saying that corporate influence and extension capitalism has corrupted mankind. Under a capitalist system, value comes to mediate human social relations. The condition of a typical human being under this system is that of the urban wage laborer, compelled to sell his or her labor power to survive. On the other hand, however, capitalism is also characterized by industrialization, development, growth, innovation, and urbanization that are all responsible for progress. Without robber barons like Mr. Carnegie, America would not modernize as quickly and would not be the leader of global politics and economics, nor even of social and cultural repute, let alone influencer of such it is today. Corporations made America's thriving economy, allowing them to take center stage when it came to world politics. Even now, America sets its Occidental trends, of which the modern culture does accept naturally under the pretense of it being the social norm. But if the barons had not been overthrown, the citizens would have continued to be the subjects of insufferable treatment by corporate knickerbockers. Capitalism has brought productivity, which has made wage labor anachronistic, created the possibility for a higher form of human social life in which the free development of each would be the condition for the free development of all. I believe this potential could be realized through socialism, which would entail humanity freely direct its own history, rather than be dominated by the ailing power of capital, the drive of value to create more value, which fundamentally constrains human social life under capitalism. Socialism is an economic system in which the means of production are owned and controlled by all. As a form of social organization, socialism is based on a social relation with equal power and reduction of hierarchy in the management of economic and political affairs. The term socialism is attributed to Pierre Leroux in 1827, but the idea has existed since the Persian Empire, along with communism. Communism is a classless, moneyless, stateless, socialist structure. In fact, these systems were reinvented during the Industrial Revolution for the reasons I have spoken of. Given all that I've said, I do not believe capitalism is beneficial to everyone.
Well, there you have it, folks, and so concludes today's conversation. Join me next week on Who's That Life Form?